Let's stand by the road. Cheers, boys. Go fight. Cheers, boys. Go fight. Stand my neck. Stand my neck. Get better, man. Go get me, big. Whoa, big, big.
Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. Red, White, and Bills here for a special, quick live on Halloween night. Hope everybody had a great time with their families, ate a bunch of candy. I know I did. And, it's sad to see trick-or-treating is not what it used to be, but, it's still nice to get out there a little bit with your family and have a good time. But this is actually my son, so it's a little bit small. But I hope everyone's having a great night. Buffalo Bills are 6-1. And this is the first time they've been 6-1 since 1993, which is pretty cool considering I wasn't even born yet. And I did some research, and if I'm correct, we have not been 7-1 since 1974. So we have a chance to do that this week against the New Jersey Jets. I'm trying to get this aligned properly, which would be pretty insane. Pretty cool. And that's not the playoffs yet, but we're stringing these wins together. And of course, yesterday, as we talked about, it was a great first half. And then we kind of stalled and took our foot off the gas in the second half. But, after you sleep on it at night and you're kind of thinking, well, you know what? If we struggled and still beat it, what people think is a good team by 10 points and still put up 27 points, struggling, that should be enough for people to understand what the Buffalo Bills are about. Of course, we're going to clean that up, of course, without a doubt in my mind. And, Coach McDermott acknowledged it. Josh Allen acknowledged it. Everybody knows that wasn't the brand of football the Buffalo Bills play. Haters know, and, they're going to enjoy that even though we won. But that's what it's all about. When people are hating, you're doing something right. But good news today, Trey White was finally activated off the PUP list to the active roster, so someone's going to have to come off. They didn't mention, yet. I also haven't checked my phone in a couple hours, but when I found out about Trey White, nobody was released as of yet, and I'm sure that will be coming. And his status for the game against the New Jersey Jets is up in the air. And, it's just incredible to have him back. I mean, he's such an important role on this team with leadership and, playing ability. It's going to, got to give him some games. I know some people might be expecting him to come out and play like an all-pro, in the top three corner like he is right off the bat. But we got to be realistic as fans. And, that's a lot of pressure for someone coming off an injury, especially playing cornerback where you're doing a lot of backpedaling and, planting your foot hard and, the torque to your knees and your body. So, I mean, give him a few games, but he's going to be up to snuff. I guarantee it. And that'll be a huge boost to the secondary, who's been playing pretty well. But, we still have a top defense and one of the top pass defenses, missing 3 All-Pros for the majority of the year. So I'm really excited to get Trey White back. We talked, at length about what we think is going to happen. And, we came to the conclusion that at first it'll probably be still the rotational basis with Elam, Benford, Dane Jackson, and Trey White, just to get Trey White's feet wet. But then once he's actually 100% healthy, which we don't know when that will be, it might not be this year. It might be where he can play the whole entire game. But it'll probably make more sense that Christian Benford will be the guy who won't get any snaps, but he'll be on deck ready to come in. And then Dane Jackson and Kaiir Elam will be back to the splitting reps. Not 50-50, they'll decide at that point. But, it's a good problem to have. I'm so excited. Trey White, he's such a great, genuine person and, such a great, important football player to the Buffalo Bills. And I'm just really excited to get him back. And, in other news, we also heard that Jordan Poyer is still up in the air about his injury to his elbow here to popping it. So, that's a little worrisome, but I think he'll be okay, hopefully. I mean, this guy plays with a lot of heart and he leaves it all out there. So, and you could tell when he's missing what happens to the defense, as we saw last night. Easy blown coverage touchdowns without Jordan Poyer on the field. And, I don't know if these guys just they rely on him so much to have him navigate where they're going, but I mean, it'll take a completely different defense out there. And Matt Milano has an oblique injury, which of course the extent of that injury hasn't been, elaborated on yet either. But I mean, just hopefully we can stay healthy. We were pretty healthy for 2 weeks. Excuse me. So hopefully we can keep it that way. But there's a lot of, it's the last day for trade talks coming up. And, of course, the Buffalo Bills will do absolutely nothing to bolster their team before a playoff run. And, I always say this is not what Super Bowl winning teams should be doing. Super Bowl winning teams should be adding to their roster. Look at the Bucks, look at the Chiefs, look at the Rams. They all added significant talent at the trade deadline, and we're doing absolutely nothing. So, I mean, I'm not surprised by it. I mean, McDermott always says, "Oh, look, the guys we got." Yeah, we all do too, but you still got to add. Everyone else is adding pieces. The Rams just traded a second and a fifth round pick for Raekwon Smith from the Bears. And I was just talking about him last night. I said I would trade 2 first round picks for him. And, they give up a second and a fifth, and now they got him. So they're getting a J-Bo back off an injury, and he was a steal in the draft. He was a first round talent. They got in the 5th round or the 4th round. So their secondary is getting healthy. So the Ravens are making significant moves. Hey, what's up, Baker? Man up Monday, throw the ball. Yeah, man. They went away from the pass. They couldn't run. So it was just a rough, weird night. And, hopefully you had a great day today, man. But yeah, we're probably not going to make a move at the trade deadline. And you see like the Jets and the Dolphins and trade talks. The Dolphins, they might be getting Kareem Hunt and Jack Conklin from the Browns in exchange for Mike Gesicki, a first round pick, and who was the other guy? There was another player in that mix, and they might be getting that trade, and they're not even a Super Bowl caliber team, so they're making the moves to try to get there, and we're staying put, and I just don't like that. I don't blame them, though. They stuck to what was working. Yeah, man, that's the thing. Like the run was working significantly well, and then we tried getting too comfortable and cute in the second half, and then it showed. But I mean, it was one of those games. As it started, they tried to establish a run first, and if the run was working, they were gonna keep doing it. And I thought Josh could light up the scoreboard, but it wasn't that type of game. Once they figured out the run was going to work, he only threw 11 times in the first half. Like that has to be almost a career low for him. But I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can't have even on one of your worst days, you still come out with a win. You still help your team win, and you're gonna fix those mistakes. He never makes the same mistakes twice, so he'll be fine. The Bills will be fine. We're 6-1, top of the AFC for a reason, whether people like it or not. Get used to it. That's how it's going to be for a long time, and it is what it is. The Buffalo Bills are here to stay, baby, and they've been proving it week in and week out, beating the AFC East, not the AFC East, the AFC champ Titans in week 2, beating the Chiefs, who went to 4 straight AFC championships at Arrowhead, beat them again at Arrowhead, beat the Ravens in a comeback victory. These are all good teams, and we beat them, and there's nothing people can say about it. Even with injuries, we beat them. So that's all I got to say about that. But I honestly, even the Jets also possibly getting Bradley Chubb from the Broncos to already an awesome, stellar defensive line that they already got. So it's a little frustrating seeing all these teams put in work to get trades done, and we can't even sign players that we want to keep, and then we're not doing anything. So it's just you got to add a surprise element. You got to add a different element to your team after you put the same team out there for weeks. The Rams added Vaughn and Odell because they were trash before that, and then as you can tell now, without Odell and Vaughn, they're terrible. So I mean, that just goes to show what those two did for that team last year, and it got them a ring. So I mean, now they only have one player they're relying on, and it's not working. So as you can see by the standings, Baker Seahawks are up at the top right now, 5-3. Do you think nobody's giving the Vikings their respect? Yeah, honestly, I do think that, and I know Steele is going to be liking it. I'm going to tell him to watch in a couple of weeks. I think we play the Vikings, but for the longest time, the people were like now talking to Vikings, like, oh, look at their schedule. But look at the Eagles' schedule. Look at the Dolphins' schedule. Look at teams like that are winning games in playing these scrub teams, and the Giants had a terribly easy schedule. You know what I mean? The Jets, for the most part, had a couple easy games, but you got to beat the people in front of you. They won the games, but what my point that I bring up these teams is like they're winning the games, they're doing good football, but people down talk the Vikings. I think the Vikings are a great team. They got a ton of offensive weapons. Kirk Cousins is one of the most consistent quarterbacks in the league. And, obviously he's not the best, but he does enough to win games. And they got a pretty solid defense. So, I mean, they're 6-1 for a reason too. And, people just, like with the Bills case, people love to hit on the Bills for some reason, a team that couldn't even make the playoffs for 2 decades and now has been good for 4 straight years is, for some reason people don't like that. But I mean, I think the Vikings got a great team, and I think it's going to be a great matchup with the Bills and the Vikings coming up. Good question, though, man. Good question. We got to get Steele on here, talk about the Vikings. But yeah, I mean, even this week with the Jets, we're going to talk more about the Jets this week. They got a phenomenal defense, great secondary, great linebackers. Their defense, as of right now, seems to have 0 holes, but we could try to find one, but it'd be very hard to. Especially their defensive line is just, insane with their pass rush. But I mean, I'm excited for weekly picks coming up. We got weekly picks. Hopefully, you get a couple in the day or two. Pregame for the Bills Jets, and then we have a chance to go 7-1 against a good Jets team. No, he didn't miss an easy kick this week. He's only missed 2 this year, and both of them were blocked. And a lot could go into that. Could be bad snap, could be bad hold, could be himself, could be just a good play. But so far he's missed 2 easy kicks. Oh, you're talking about the Miami game? Yeah, he missed that was one of them that was blocked in the Miami game. And that could have been the difference. You know what I mean? We put up 500 yards of total offense and we lost by 2. That was just a weird game. But I mean, we're on a 4-game win streak, so it just goes to show that we didn't let that one terrible loss get to us. Then the Dolphins went on to lose 3 in a row, barring injuries and all that stuff. But at least we didn't go down that path after losing 1 game. It's tough to crawl out of that hole. But yeah, one of those misses the blocks was against Miami, and it was a short one too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, he should have made that, of course, but what's DJ Moore doing taking his helmet off? You can't do that. You get paid millions to follow simple rules and you can't do it. So, I mean, I would have been pissed off at Moore if I was the Panthers. But I know the Bengals game is starting, so we're not going to make this too long. We're going to wrap it up here in a second. Yeah, man, it was really stupid. It cost them the game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the short stream. Hopefully Trey White will be back this week, but I'm anticipating it probably won't be this week. They're going to try to rest him again and make sure he's 100% healthy, I think, before he goes. And, hopefully Jordan Poyer and Matt Milano will be okay. And then this will be a great divisional game against the New Jersey Jets. So hope you guys have a great, blessed Halloween night. And tomorrow's November. I can't believe it. Until next time, go Bills. Spidey out.